Okay, so moving forward a little bit from the now, like where do you see, like what states, what areas? You don't have to give away your secrets. You don't have to tell me what's the next hotspot, John. Although you can, absolutely. But like more broadly, what states and what areas do you see performing best over the next 12 months?
I think the main dynamic we've got to look at is when the borders reopen. I mentioned 800,000 people, moving each year in Australia in or out of states, and that trend has mainly been away from the western states. So people have been leaving Perth and Adelaide. Right now, they can't do that. So when you look at, say, Perth and you see that rents have actually increased, a large reason for that is because these younger people can't get away. They're sort of stuck there, and
Mm.
most of them are renters. So these people hold the key to rent demand in the eastern states, and where they go will increase the demand for rental properties dramatically. And I think a lot of them will go to Queensland, southeast Queensland and Brisbane in particular. So I think that Brisbane has definitely got a lot of rent growth potential. Some of them will go to Sydney, but it's a bit dear for them, and some will go to Melbourne. But I don't think it'll be as many as have gone there in the past, because I think Melbourne's got a bit of a post-pandemic stigma. People will probably want to avoid it for some time. So I think Melbourne's in for a bit of a longer recovery period. As for older people, we also see a lot of people retiring and moving interstate as well. I think that move will also start up again, and you'll find that areas like Tasmania, the East Coast, will benefit from that, as will northern New South Wales and southeast Queensland. In particular, the Sunshine Coast. It's got very low rental vacancies and a lot of growth potential.
So you don't see the Adelaide and the Perth market doing well over the next 12 months?
I think they've been largely insulated from the issues that we've had with the pandemic. And the reason for that is they don't have a lot of overseas migration. Only about 3% of the population move every year. So, they've been pretty much insulated from this. And I think, if anything, they won't benefit once the borders are open, because more people will probably move east. I'm not saying the markets will crash. I just don't think they'll perform as well as some of those I've mentioned on the eastern side.
Interesting. Interesting. Because when I look at the Perth market myself, I mean, I see a lot of really strong. I note your point about the fact that maybe people just can't get out of there, and that's why vacancy rates are down and all of that kind of stuff. But to that degree, there seems to be a lot of public and private infrastructure spending, jobs growth, lithium factories. Resources are going stronger again. The Metro, Net Rail link, all that kind of stuff in Perth. And also it's coming off a very low base. Now, I'm not here to try and say Perth, the truth, the right, and the way, but to me, that's a market that says to me, everything I see right there right now says to me that it's swooping off the bottom and it's on its way back up again.
Perth is a very unique market. Perth is the most isolated, capital city in the whole world, pretty much. It's further away from any other capital city than any other. So it has to do a lot of everything itself. All the manufacturing, everything has to be completely independent. You can buy local brands of almost anything there. So it's got that stability, and I think that it's also got a lot of the sort of nature of a mining boom town. It has that boom and bust mentality about it, and it's gone through a bit of a boom. That's over. I think now it'll return to the way that most markets perform over time. I do agree it's hit the bottom and it's going to come back, but I don't think it'll boom in the way that areas where more people are moving to will.
Interesting insights.